Good afternoon, good people, and welcome back to more of our Final Fantasy Randomizer Winter Marathon, benefiting the South Carolina firefighters' burned children's. Now, this is a great organization that we've worked with this is our third year now. Happy to raise funds for these folks who are putting on great work. They're doing camps for these kids, burn education, all sorts of different projects that they work on in order to support children in South Carolina who have been burned. New and notable this year, they've had a 50% increase in campers from last year. That brought it up to 30 total. They're targeting a 66% increase for next year, going for 50. They've got a new camp location that's more centralized for the state to try to expand that statewide outreach. They separated out from MUSC into the South Carolina Firefighters Foundation, which is a huge move for a nonprofit. Going from being a partnered organization to flying solo is a tremendous step in expansion. Connecting with the Doctors Hospital Burn Center in Augusta, Georgia to expand patient outreach, and starting to provide caregiver comfort kits. These are basic hygiene items and other support for caregivers. And this is to really help everybody keep moving forward as they deal with these burn injuries. So if you have it in you, if you can, hit that donate, put in some money towards the charity. We're in the 3 years that we're working with them, we're up to about $13,000 raised total, 3,385 so far this marathon. We'd love to see that number go up over the course of our next week. But I know that we're here in part to watch the show, and we have one Free Fitz and J-Toll here. We're looking at some PK Scramble. So tell us about it, guys.
Yeah, so I'll be playing and talking alongside J-Toll. This is one of the randomizers for Earthbound. So we'll be trying to defeat 4 sanctuaries and then defeat Gygas, or defeat 5 sanctuaries and beat the Magicant boss, or more rarely complete 6 sanctuaries and just win the game. Running on the race flags, and got a couple of little tweaks on top of that to make things a little bit more interesting, including the Met incentive for cursed bosses, cursed enemies, and cursed final boss. But I'll let Jay Tolmar explain a lot more about kind of how the flags work, since they are the creator,
All right. Hello.
Our kind-hearted Dr. Andonuts, if you will, that has made this for us. So I think I'm ready to probably get underway, and I'll kind of kick it to you to talk about what we're going to do and what we're going to see.
All right, thank you, Fitz. I'm glad that people think of me as kind-hearted. I did write the cursed enemies setting that we'll be seeing today, so maybe there'll be some changes of mind about that as we see that. It looks like we're getting started, so I'm going to go ahead and explain this randomizer and how it works. So this is PK Scramble. Earthbound has many randomizers. This is actually the 3rd one, and now there are 4. But we're only going to be explaining this one today, unless there's a lot of downtime. So this is a key item shuffler primarily. So all of the items are in different locations than they normally would be. So the first one of those that Fitz is going to find is going to be the meteor up on top of this hill. Normally at the end of the game you find the meteorite piece up there, but it's going to be something else, or it could actually be the meteor, but probably not. So it could be the Franklin badge or a yogurt dispenser or any of the other goofy items that you find in Earthbound. You'll also might have noticed that he went and talked to Buzz already. Buzz is a PK check, PSI check. So major plot NPCs in this game, particularly dealing with Ness's psychic journey kind of stuff, are retooled in this to give you random teleport locations, or occasionally they'll teach Pooh how to use Starstorm. Oh, and it is a Franklin bench. That is my go-to example. It is not particularly likely to be that. So the item up there is the Franklin bench, and the teleport that was learned from BuzzBuzz is the teleport Tucson. And then down here, they're going to be going down into this cave to go talk to the Mani Mani statue. This is the most obscure check in PK Scramble. So once you see this one, if you're familiar with the game, you should be able to guess where all the other ones are. So this is a teleport to Happy Happy Village. So that's kind of a fun one. It's not actually possible to teleport to in vanilla, but after a lot of popular requests, we managed to get that one in. So having these teleports in makes it so the game's a little bit more open, allows you to have different flows, because even with shuffled key items, you would not be able to... it's funny, talking to Lawyer backwards like this. Even with shuffled key items, there's only one way out of on it, so the teleports help you get out. Though these are early game teleports, so we might just be seeing the front half of the game today. Yeah, so with all the items shuffled as they are, the goal is to beat the game. So the normal way to do it is pretty standard to how you would actually beat it in vanilla. Fitz already alluded to it, but the way that you do that is you get to Saturn Valley, you bring the meteorite piece so you can repair the phase distorter. You bring Paula because she is necessary to beat this game. And then you beat some number of sanctuaries. That is a setting that you can set in the randomizer, but for our default race settings, it's 4. So half of the game's 8 sanctuaries need to be completed, and then you can go beat up Gygus. But on race settings, by default, we have alternate win conditions enabled, so you can also do 5 sanctuaries, and it'll grant you the teleport to Magicant, and you can go beat Magicant, and that also lets you win. Or you can just beat 6 sanctuaries, and then you just win instantly. Due to the structure of the game, the 4 and 5 routes are pretty common, kind of interchangeable. I think Gygus is usually slightly faster, but it's really seed dependent. And then the 6 sank is usually slower. It tends to be that the items you need to get into that sanctuary are just too buried for it to be worth it, even though there is no further requirement afterwards. So we have Fitz going in here. Oh, this is fun. So we get to see that there's dried brain food and French toast in the self-service shop. So a couple of things to note there. That is a shop where you get to pay whatever you want, but if you do not pay for it, that guardian there, who I don't think it was Master Barf, will come in and make you pay for not paying. And we'll also notice that those items were not ones in vanilla. Fitz has turned on the flag Generated Food, which replaces all the food, and it's not just a rename. It goes through and just comes up with names and stats for everything. They'll be in kind of the same categories as before, but the amounts and like how many of each different kind there are will change. And a cultist fight is unfortunate. Whip to stiff peaks, as Aurelic says in chat. Yeah, if you check the help for the generated food, it will have a randomly generated description, which are mostly nonsense. It's not like I went in and programmed how to describe every kind of food that I could ever write down. So it generates those, and one of the things it can do is generate a recipe. And of course, it's not a very reasonable recipe. It's just a really long, rambly one. So if you go checking all of those, eventually you will kind of get whammied by a really long and silly description. All right. Was that the cabin key or the shack key that you got out of there?
It was a pencil eraser.
Oh, pencil eraser. Okay, I misread that entirely. All right, so that is a kid check in there, but you do need the key to the cabinet to get out. And Fitz is also opting to use a teleport. You have teleports all of the game in this to escape from that cutscene. That is completely safe to do, but you do eat a time loss if you come back there ever, which you may or may not. Because the Pokey will run at you from really far away if you try coming in there before. That is a funny mushroom spawn. Alright, so in addition to the way the items are randomly laid out in PK Scramble, the enemies and... Hey, enemies
worked.
and non-critical items are also modified. I didn't see what that mushroom did. Was that just like a really hard normal hit?
It just hit me decently hard.
Yeah. And so structurally, the way that this works is the randomizer is going to pick a random possible path through the game. So it's going to follow the key item progression in some manner or another. And it's not like a speedrunner. It's not going to make a particularly logical set of decisions. It'll just make a possible set. Um, and along that path, it places all of the items in chests and shops, like the non-key items, and it also scales the difficulty of all of the enemies it encounters by the order that it goes through that in. So one of the elements of PK Scramble is if you like keep digging really deep through a chain of key items, and then just go fight something, it'll probably eat you alive. Generally, if you're following along, you can intuit what the banana yogurt sounds really tasty. If you're following along, you can kind of intuit what the difficulty of things will be. You can match things against the items that are in their area as well, because they're scaled to the same difficulty as that.
Yeah.
Ooh, Carbon Dog. So you do not need to fight this boss until after you have Paula, and it has kind of a reputation of whoever is in that slot being like really, really mean, because there's nothing to like hint at the scaling besides just it's somewhere after Paula. Also, it's Carbon Dog, which is a nasty boss, especially at high levels or medium levels or anything except like immediately. Carbon Dog is quite a rude dude. Alright, so we're going ahead and getting the applicant item here. Apple could just go straight to Bergland Park. You don't have to go get the phone call. I've kind of lost track of... Oh, wait, there's a tracker here.
Oh, there we go.
Which one was that?
Let's go get Pooh now. Now I have the key to the cabin.
Oh, right, and we get to see what happens when you teleport out of that cutscene. So it just leaves, it leaves Pokey primed to do that cutscene until you walk into his radius, and Pokey's radius here is really big, actually. So he'll walk through a bunch of walls and stuff. It's pretty good. And Pooh will be a good pickup. It's always good to prioritize the checks. So Pokey's just walking through some fences, having a good time. I'm gonna run away. Run back through them, of course. Run back through them again. If you talk to Pokey after this point, it will crash the game, so don't do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and auto fight through this. Say they're not scaled too hard. So Fitz has barely gained any levels. These enemies, after vanilla scaling, would just kind of dumpster nest. But because this was earlier in the logic, they're scaled down to a reasonable point.
Scary, okay.
Reasonable-ish point. I mean, this fight is always a little bit sketchy, and like even in vanilla. And also, one of the enemies dropped a Suporma. There's a good time to start talking about those curses that people plot for an incentive. So, Cursed Enemies 1 means that every kind of enemy in the game has a random, mean, rude, surprising thing that they will do on top of whatever they do in vanilla. And the rudest and least dangerous, but definitely rudest of those options is that they just always drop a Suporma. And you have to use the Suporma to get it out of your inventory. So they'll just clutter up your inventory until you go do extra inventory management. Other curses are much more relevant. They have boosted stats, they have stronger attack sets, they have PSI shields, they explode when they die. We'll see a bunch of them. At some point, Fitz will probably be like just going along and doing things the normal way. Oops, that thing did something that just is like completely unexpected.
It's a good time.
Yeah, curses are a lot of fun. A lot of people get very intimidated by them. Oh, IQ capsule for Pooh is very good. But I would say Curse 1, Curse 2, very approachable. Like, you know, stop and don't blow yourself up on a PSI shield, but, you know, they're very manageable. It goes up to 10, which is too high, but people kept telling me to raise the cap, so I did. I think, like, 5 or 6 is plenty if you want like a super challenge run. But you can set to whatever you want. But yeah, Curse 1's a lot of fun. It does kind of spice things up a bit. You fool! I've drawn you into my trap. So we got a Plague Rat of Doom here.
Let's try hit.
Okay, so you'll notice that Pooh has PK Flash and PK Fire. So one of the flags that has been enabled is Extended PSI Shuffle. So regular PSI Shuffle, this could still be it from what we've seen so far. It means what you might expect is all of the PSI has been shuffled around.
Oops, one person. We might have to come back to this.
You might have to come back here. I don't know if this was just kind of a bad luck or just like way too much of a rat. Yeah, so PSI Shuffle means that all of them will have different PSI shuffled amongst each other. Offense PSI is shuffled with other offense PSI. Assist PSI is shuffled with other assist PSI. Recovery is not shuffled at all. So, there is some like limit on how goofy the shuffle can be. And also stuff is not shuffled between levels. So it's not like Final Fantasy Randomizer where I guess Starstorm Omega, the equivalent of Nuke, could be your first spell. It has to be the last spell, but it could be anyone's last spell, not just Pooh's. And that's all true of either version of PSI Shuffle. We have Extended enabled. I'm going to hold off on talking about that until we run into something that it is responsible for, but Extended PSI Shuffle is a lot of fun. There's some really neat stuff that it does. Oh, and a soda. Not a vanilla item. Which is good, because vanilla soda would be kind of nasty. Right, so we've got the Frank fight. This is kind of a funny one. Like this usually is one of the earliest areas that you should go to. This is always available without shuffled start location at least. So they're usually the easiest bosses in the game. But just due to the way that the movement routing works, you can end up wanting to put them out for quite a bit. And because logic is sometimes just kind of goofy, maybe they're not the easiest in the game. I also noticed that Fitz used Rockin', and it was not the normal Rockin' animation. So the way that Shuffled PSI treats Ness's special ability that you can name is let it keep your name for it, but it'll be something else. And that something else this time was actually PSI Bomb, not one of the vanilla options. It does what the bomb and bazooka items from Jeff's inventory do, because this is Extended PSI Shuffle, which means that Jeff items are included as PSI. So you can go ahead and if PSI Fire gets shuffled into the bazooka slot, then you get a flamethrower. If Thunder gets shuffled into the bazooka slot, you get a Tesla coil. All sorts of goofy stuff. Hopefully we'll find Jeff so we can see what kind of strange items he has. And in exchange, the bottle rockets and bombs can become PSIs. So you get PSI Rocket and PSI Bomb, both of which are very good. Actually, like every version of this ends up being better than the vanilla one. Those are very strong. The Jeff items are very strong PSIs, and the PSIs are very strong Jeff items. So this tends to kind of make the game a little bit easier, though it is quite random, so it doesn't always. It has a good counterbalance to the curses, I think. Key to the shack. So one of the things you have to do in this game is beat some number of sanctuaries. A lot of them don't do anything for you in terms of progression. This is one of them. This just only is a sanctuary. But a couple of uses of doing a sanctuary are you get some extra levels. They tend to be pretty early in logic, like as early as they are allowed to be. And also, it's just some time to think and figure out what you're doing next. Like if you don't know what your next check is, which I sure don't, because I've been rambling instead of paying attention to logic.
I think, there's another curse. Butterflies can't be trusted.
Butterflies can't be trusted. I could easily tell those aren't real butterflies.
Get over here.
Yeah.
I mean, I was here, and like with that wad of bills, that's gonna open up 3 to access for me, and I can go get another character. So that's kind of where I was going. But I was like, well, I might as well do this, and then I don't have to come back to ONET
Yeah.
probably.
That
Because
makes
I
sense.
already
So just,
have access to Tucson, so I don't need to do police badge, and might as well.
that's a good point. Once you do this, you full clear on it, and so you get to save yourself in the teleport. Teleport's 4 seconds, and a teleport beta is 8 seconds, so you can cut those out if you like. Alright, so we have first Sanctuary Garden. Should be easy given the stuff that was in here. And it's 2 shrooms! So this is one of the curses, is that there's 2 of them! For bosses, it does lower their HP though, so that was very anticlimactic.
That could have been bad later. I mean, I'd rather see an early shroom than.
Oh yeah, Shroom's one of the worst bosses. That Mushroom Eyes is quite nasty, and having 2 of them would be 2 Mushroom Eyes if you didn't one-shot the Shrooms. When I first added the doubled boss to the curse pool, I got a lot of people like sending me a screenshot or sending me a short video, like yelling at me because there's 2 Krakens at Boogie Tent.
Ooh.
Kind of a neat thing is you can teleport out up here halfway through this dungeon. Makes it one of the dungeons where you don't really need to use an exit mouse because you can just sneak out this way. Most
Which
of the
I did
dungeons
try to
in the-
go get. We're gonna try to do that again. Maybe this
Yeah,
time we won't die.
Yeah, mice are really good. Almost every dungeon in the game is faster to escape with a mouse, including the time. Oh, zoom in.
UFO mice.
Yeah, that's another cursed enemy option, is that they have that movement pattern. The overworld curses like that are actually kind of good, because it just means that they don't have something else.
Quick shout out. Welcome to our Raiders, Sony Wrath 11.
Thank you for joining, everyone. We're playing PK Scramble, and if anyone would like me to explain the randomizer again, I'm happy to do so. Just mention it in chat. That's a lot of butterflies. I don't think any of those are real butterflies. So when you pick up the exit mouse in vanilla, you get one of them, and if you talk to the one who doesn't come with you, the mouse says, "Ooh, can I come too?" And the mouse is not allowed to. But in PK Scramble, you get to bring both mice, which is both just like really nice for routing and kind of convenient, and it's nice to that mouse who always wanted to come along. Alright, so we have a little bit of time here. If anyone would like to shout out the charity again, this is just going to be a cutscene for a while.
Absolutely. So this weekend, we are raising money for the Burned Children's Fund, which is run by the South Carolina firefighters. This organization is fantastic. They're helping burn injured children in South Carolina, have the opportunity to be kids and heal from their injuries and, help prevent fires and such. So their big event every year, Camp Can Do, is a summer camp that is, again, all about these burn injured children, letting them experience the joy of summer camp without necessarily feeling self-conscious about their burns, because everybody there is, much like them, right? It's about $500 a kid to get them in there, and over the, this is our 3rd year. We've raised about $13,000 for the organization. That is a lot of kids that we have helped get into Camp Can Do. The main fundraiser for the organization, as you might imagine from the name of the camp, is from can recycling that they put out there. And we contribute a lot compared to what those cans bring in. So if you have the ability, please donate. It is always nice to help out the organizations that we partner with, and we are happy to put on this marathon in support of them.
Woohoo! Yeah, get that money in for charity, everyone. always a good time. Right, so we are now in Threed. I didn't mention the palette shuffle, but one of the default flags is palette shuffle, and Threed is very pink today.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Yeah,
Except for all the ghosts, I would live here.
Well, I'm sure you can fix that
We
up.
need to take care of that first.
Yeah, usually when the palette shuffle picks pink, it's kind of eye-searingly pink. I like this pink a little bit better because Threed's kind of dark and it's not like, you know, super neon tons of pink. So this is Threed. It's a great place to go. It has ghosts, but you also can get yourself thrown into prison by zombies, and that's really useful because you'll just find that one of your friends is in there. So it's a really quick check to go grab another one of the characters, and character checks are great because they unlock some of the logic, and they're just more firepower. Also in Threed, there's a path to Saturn Valley. No one wants to take that path. And there's Boogie Tent, which you only can do if you have Jeff in your party. Oh, Meteor Magnet. So that is a shuffled item. That is the bottle rocket replacement. Only Jeff will be able to use it, so I wouldn't stock up unless you get him. But that's pretty good. It uses a weak version of Starstorm as a single-use item for Jeff. I also think I saw Fitz pick up a Viper, so shoutouts to Viper strats.
Sometimes it's the way.
If you have a boss fight that is just slightly, like, out of your reach, like, it's just a little too sketchy, can't do it, Viper just really chews through those. A really good backup. I think it's kind of slept on by many members of the community. Oh, and there's Jeff, so you get to give him those meteor magnets. That's also progression, because Jeff unlocks the Boogie Tent. Boogie Tent is always there in PK Scramble, but if you go there without Jeff, he'll say, "Oh, I really want to eat a nerdy kid. Have you seen any? If you find one, could you bring him to me?" And then apparently you go along with that and bring in Jeff. Oh, Asteroid Magnet, too. That is the stronger meteor magnet, as you may be able to guess. Oh, and Jeff starts with a key item. I didn't see what it was.
Yeah,
Was
he's
that
got
banana?
the signed banana, which we don't have access to Foresight yet.
Wonder how you're gonna get Foresight access. I think you're probably... Oh, you have the zombie paper already. Yeah, you're gonna be going through Threed Tunnel.
Oh, I do have the zombie paper. Okay.
Yeah, that was Pooh's item. I forgot to mention that Pooh starts with an item. Yeah, so zombie paper up to Saturn Valley is... You hope that you get the teleport to Saturn Valley instead, because the Threed Cave dungeon is one of the worst in the game. It is the primary reason that the most popular vanilla category for this game is Boogie%, which ends right before that dungeon. I mean, Boogie% is also popular because it's a lot shorter than vanilla, but it ends right before that dungeon because that dungeon is that dungeon.
The streets are a little full over there.
The streets are a little pink.
They're pink. They got these pumpkin guys. Ooh.
Oh, there's a... Yeah. One of the flags that's been enabled by default for race settings is use appropriate item boxes. So whatever item ends up in there, there'll be kind of a hint of what's in it using the sprite. And the longer sprite is new for Scramble. Oh, double average red. That's gonna be some trouble. Not like in a combat way. Average red's a pushover, but just average red is trouble. If you were hosting a party and you had 3 of these guys, the cops would show up.
Very true.
Looks pretty easy, though.
Very
Oh,
cool.
very cool. Cool, Earthbound.
Chill
Actually,
dogs here.
that one's gonna Scramble's fault, but
Oh,
sneezed fire. So that is more of... We pointed out kind of silly and overworld curses because they're easier to notice, but that dog sneezed fire. That is a scaled down version of Kraken's breathed fire, but it's still not something a zombie dog normally does, and it is meaner than what the zombie dog normally does. So that is the properties of curses.
Okay,
That's actually
we
like the
should-
most common kind of curse, is doing that sort of thing.
Whew.
Got away. Let's see here. Jar of fly honey. Not
Okay.
even randomized. That makes a lot of sense though. That opens up the logic.
I would like to go. We're gonna go to Happy Happy and clean that up because I want to do the Franklin check now.
Oh yeah, I
I've
forgot
got
you didn't do that.
people, and we can do the second sanctuary while we're there, and then
Makes
follow
sense.
the honey. Because if like the
Okay.
meteorite piece is here, it would be lame to have to learn that later.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else this could open up, but I think that's it. Well, it could be police badges, which are completely useless. Or it could be something later in the game. But yeah, clean this up sounds good.
Excuse me, pardon me. Thank you. Okay, we're okay on stuff.
Another thing that's really useful to do is if you have to go do a heal, and you have like an old sanctuary that you've been putting off, they all come with a free heal, so you can just do that whole dungeon and then get the heal at the end. A nice way to kind of route in some stuff. I also think I saw that Ness had PSI slime. That is also an extended PSI shuffle kind of thing. It is when you shuffle the slime generator, a very useless item, into a PSI, where it becomes still a pretty useless PSI, unless you get PSI Slime Omega, which is then a marginally useful PSI. Police badge. So this item lets you go fight the police. That will open up the path between Onett and Tucson, but Fitz already has Onett and Tucson, so that's kind of a dead item.
And we're just gonna do the sanctuary while we're here.
Makes sense. It is a free heal.
This rowdy mole.
Rowdy Mole. Mole playing rough. Mole playing Mowdy? Mole playing mouse?
We would have left it be.
Mole does not want to do that. You have a stutter step if you want to get past the mole.
Y'all get here in time.
Oh,
did they?
good call.
No,
I thought they would have.
nice. Whoop whoop. No bats.
No bats. The spawn rate in this dungeon is surprisingly high. There's a lot of 100% spawn plates.
We can outrun that fool. Yeah.
Scramble by default sets all spawns to 60% of what they are in vanilla, and sometimes it doesn't feel like it because the vanilla spawns can be just really, really high.
We need to get Jeff a gun. Maybe.
Yeah, Jeff could really use a gun. You'll probably pick one up eventually, though.
Yeah, I had a couple, and then I was like, well, am I gonna find Jeff? And of course I did, and I sold them
Yeah.
all. But
Oh, it's always worth getting rid of items for characters you don't have, unless they're like literally walking to the check at the
yeah,
moment.
we can. Just...
Ooh, bear dodge. Holmes hat. That's not good.
I could. Yeah, I probably should have equipped that, but Jeff's not really contributing a huge amount right now.
Yeah, and the R button
Without-
menu doesn't stop bears, so
No, it does not.
let's see if we can figure out what Thunder and Storm has done that is cursed. Or, oh, just get vaporized. Never mind. Yeah, since Fitz kind of put this off and then came back, the enemies ended up being quite easy. And that's 2 sanctuaries. We're half of the way to being able to get to Gygus. Making pretty good time. You have... Actually, you have go mode, I just realized. As you can go...
I can do Saturn Valley, and then
and
Sign
you'll...
Banana would get me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I do. I
Yeah,
don't have
if you want the
Meteorite or Paula though.
Oh, you don't have Meteorite or Paula. Yeah, good point. You don't have go mode. Skip some very important items with that.
Okay, show us the way. Oh, I have a stun gun. What am I doing?
Oh, yeah, that's also really common, is to just have an item. A thing that I notice a lot of people do, newbies especially, but also experienced runners, is, oh, this is really fun. Watch how slick this teleport that Fitz does is.
You look so good doing it, and it's
Yeah,
just
how do you do
nothing.
I was so impressed the first time I saw that, and I found out, oh, you just press the button when you get out of there, and it lines up perfectly. Yeah, I notice a lot of people forget whatever item is at the start of Ness's inventory. It's like, oh, it's been there that long, it can't be that useful, right? That's not always true.
Don't want to be in this fight, but
They don't know me. It's scary.
oh no, oh no,
I spoke way too soon.
oh no.
They've got so these enemies are actually not that dangerous, but Fitz is gonna have some trouble
They
because
don't
turned out
normally
to
have
yeah.
psi shields.
Yeah, so that was the curse. They have CSI shields. If you bashed this out, you'd be fine, but you didn't know, because how would you? And
What you
now
don't
have
know
decisions.
can get you murdered. All right, I think I gotta go. We're gonna go heal.
Yeah, I would probably heal. I don't. Oh, you
That
don't even have
tunnel
teleport. Yeah, so
can be rough.
I was trying to think of if you had access to free healthcare anywhere, but you don't have teleport. So even if you did,
We kind of blew ourselves up, Doctor.
Doctor, we used our psychic powers on flies, and it reflected on us.
Like
I'm
imagine
sure you
you
get this all the time.
swat a fly with a fly swatter and it bounced off and hit you in the face.
And the fly swatter was explosives.
And for whatever reason, you queued up multiple swats.
Yeah.
Before
Thick
learning
fry
this.
pan.
Stay away from me. Oh, I didn't do the thing.
Oh, you didn't do the thing. I should have pointed that out to you. Yeah, so these zombies are here until you. Yeah.
Splash.
So 3 is infested with the zombies, and of course you need to apply zombie paper to the inside of a circus tent to get rid of the zombies before you can progress past the guardian zombies.
Sometimes we just gotta teleport to the same place.
Yeah.
Can I sneak in a quick donation?
Hey, go for it.
We have $27 from Hungry Garaya. Please count my donation towards Fazanadu AI enemies. If you were not aware, we have many incentives available for the runs that are coming up, including Fazanadu, which is our next run, with random enemy AI. That is, do math. That is at $73 of 100. So getting close. Also, no mana potions, 0 out of 80. So definitely toss in towards those if you are so interested. Golden Sun, the Lost Age randomizer, which is after Fazanadu, that is a character name's Bid War. We have $50 on Jack so far. So keep in mind, we've got all sorts of interesting things to go on. Also, Time Spinner, that's coming up at 6:40 p.m. That has 2 of its incentives met, but Glitchless is still on the table. And that is at 0 of 80. Glitches in Time Spinner include making sure that walls are suggestions. So if you want to see the runners actually have to do things, you may want to donate towards that incentive.
We need to make them work a little bit harder.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Xanadu, but no mana potions in a game that has them sounds really spicy.
All right, we got our act together. Now we can actually go.
Zombies have been removed. It's still like nighttime creepy 3 though, because that actually ends when you beat the Belch base boss. Which I think you're doing, unless something really goofy happens with the logic. Well, you don't need a meteorite piece, so yeah, you're just doing it.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Food.
Bean
nuggets. Oh, I could go for some bean nuggets.
40 HP. Okay, so it's like a burger. Like a hamburger.
I mean, it's like a falafel or a bean croquette.
Whoo! No!
You've been zombied. They didn't seem that
Now I'm
difficult.
gun shy about just like
You should just
shooting
bash it out.
my
I don't think
beams
anything
everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think I think
We're
you're
gonna try
just like
a
safe.
tentative bomb. Just to learn something. Okay.
The zombie had a shimmering light attack, so it was using a flash. So that's their curse.
No.
Maybe?
No.
Oh. Maybe? No. Maybe? Stutter doesn't help on these. Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
The patience.
Hard hat.
Pretty good on hats. Although Paula will need a hat. Very nice. Very cool. Very cool.
Immediate ghosts. This was my least favorite enemy as a kid. I think I tried to just use PSI on them to get rid of them, but they're
Oh, they
like immune to
explode.
PSI. Oh, they
Cool,
explode.
cool,
Oh, that's good.
cool.
That's a nice addition to their already kind of mean kit. Yeah, I would say that the explosion and the reflecting PSI are kind of the big deal curses. Can really get you.
This
Oh,
fool.
we have Evil Manny Manny. A lot of people get very intimidated when they see this one, but this is the one from Moonside. This is not Ness's Nightmare.
It's not like great.
Welcome to Moonside.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think
I
you're
think we're
just
really
like,
okay until the U1 shows up, but
I think you're just doing really well on levels here. I missed that. That boss's end dialogue actually says who the boss of Belchbase was, but I blinked and missed it.
oh, I also should have paid attention, but I didn't.
I mean, you're gonna have to go there either way. So... Yeah, you're gonna have to go there either way, so it doesn't really like affect your judgment any.
I'm gonna just go straight.
You gonna go straight there? You gonna risk it? I think it's worth
Yeah.
risking it, but
Ooh.
Mr. Sandcoin, that's very good. That's not
Dang
a real
it.
butterfly though. I got you. Yeah. So once again, one of the curse options is that the enemies are not what they appear to be. So out in the wilderness like this, they appear as butterflies, and in towns, it's something else. It was really funny. Hopefully, we get to see that. Yeah. So if you go through that whole dungeon, and then go straight north here, you will get just to go to Belchbase immediately. It's a little quicker, but you have to take that branch off to the side to Saturn Valley and actually enter Saturn Valley to get the teleport there. And if you don't get the teleport there and you die in here, then you die in real life. No, you just have to walk through the whole. You have to walk through the whole
No, wait a minute.
dungeon
That's
again.
not what I signed up for.
Yeah, oops. So you better be careful.
I called you benevolent.
Oh, that's a mistake. No, if you die here, you just take like 2 or 3 minute time loss.
Interesting. These are some tough little guys.
Tough floppies. At least they're always worth a lot of experience. So the enemy scaling, I mentioned way back that it is in the order that the logic expects you to do the game in, but it's still using the enemy stats as a baseline. So floppies are always going to be like slightly weak and have tons and tons of experience points and appear in huge numbers.
Thirsty guy.
Just stop
Gotta
it.
hydrate. Everybody out there,
Yeah, stay hydrated.
remember to drink water. And I ask this a lot, is coffee water? No, I am told. Doesn't
For
count.
hydration, not so much.
Coffee is a bean soup.
Huh. Do you think you could put coffee in a nugget or a croquette? It's a bean. You make
Yeah,
coffee
I
falafel?
suppose.
Falafel?
Please be real, yes.
Yeah, I mean this is a butterfly spawn. The curses don't go that far. Like this room just consistently spawns butterflies. It's like a 90% chance or something.
Nope.
Um,
We're now terrified of all flies. We will not be.
even the buttery ones.
Won't be messing with any of them.
Slimy little piles doing what they're best known for. Let loose with a hacking cough. That's not a curse. That's just how the scaling treats their little burp. And it's a even slimier little pile. Or a mini barf. It's called mini or barf.
Hiya.
Oh, you have rocket.
Your rocket is in the flash spot, it looks like.
Yeah, that's kind of a shame. Nest learns flash very slowly, so whatever PSI you get in there, you're gonna get like the alpha version of it, and if you get over leveled, you'll get beta, which is not what you want with the super powerful PSI rocket. You'd like that to be, you know, like Paula or Pooh's Thunder Slot or something, where it's like super fast loading, you get to blow everything up with it. Hey, and this ghost is here to remind you that beating the boss here unlocks the tunnels. And the second ghost is there to remind you that a ghost without a tunnel is like a mold without a sandwich. Yeah, so there's been a lot of people forgetting that this check unlocks the tunnels around Threed. So I put those ghosts in there and literally blocked the way to
Thanks.
remind you of that, and people still forget.
We have
I
to
didn't realize
teleport
you-
to the fore side. Oh,
Oh, well that saves you a bit of walking.
I hate this room.
Yeah, this
Nope.
room's pretty bad. Even with 60% spawn rate, this actually turns out to be 60%
Sure, I'm
chance.
probably taking that one. I'm just looking for no mushrooms, really. That's too many mushrooms.
That's too many mushrooms. And 60% of the time, it'll have enemies.
I've just had so many times trying to limp through here, like mushroomed up, and it's just not working.
You're just getting really bad luck. Like you should be able to get past it. That's really bad.
Perfect.
Oh, that's a pun, all right.
Whoa! Why are you swinging your tail?
Hello,
so
Atlanta.
hard?
Swing its tail really hard, so that's going to be our curse. Is just stronger attacks. So you might have to back and revive a little.
We're gonna push it.
I'm gonna push it. It's
Oh.
just Jeff. It's just a cold.
Gotta be fresh.
Oh, that's extra pink.
No. I'm gonna have to play a little little dance.
Yeah, there's a real butterfly right there. If you
That's
need
good.
to heal
I
up.
need it.
Yeah. If it's not a real butterfly, I'll be really amused, but I'm almost certain that's a real one.
Thank you.
Oh,
Run.
jeez Louise. I wonder if that one just had boosted attack as its curse. All of the boring stat ups are in the pool. Now some of the things are running from you.
Those weren't though. Yeah.
Yeah.
We at least got some more psychic points, so hopefully I can.
Yeah. Once you get over the run threshold,
Ow.
the enemies have like a 25% chance of running from you, and you need to get way over the threshold for them to actually always run.
Okay, that's good. We're getting there.
You're gonna get there. Yeah, you're gonna do it. That's a real butterfly.
I believe.
Believe in butterflies. When they move like an actual butterfly, it's a real one. And ram boobs are such a rude enemy design.
I might have to turn this off. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Would you stop? Would you hit? Thank you.
Yeah. Please don't use heal on sleep. That goes away on its own. Thank you.
Knowing when to auto fight is one of those
Oh yeah,
Big
there's
move
a
up.
whole little AI that you need to learn if you want to go fast because the auto fights are like really useful. It will bash by default always, and it will use the healing PSIs if they're applicable, but it will heal everything, and it'll use the life up PSIs if someone's below 25% health. I think it's that, maybe it's like 30%. But it'll always use your biggest one. So once you have life up gamma, oh, this seems like a fun guy, kind of dancing. It does start with this PSI shield even without curses. So careful with that.
Yeah, so we're gonna throw some slime at it.
Slime.
I might throw this viper too, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, why not? You're getting to the point where the enemies will be a little too big for the Viper to be useful, so I think it's a good call. I think you'd also just bash it out. Shock
we have
attack.
to
Ooh,
badge too. Like, I don't think
small offense.
Ness can go down.
No, probably not. Last Respect is kind of a joke. Though it has under alpha, which is quite hefty. So yeah, auto fight just bashes, and then uses heal stuff. But if you just want to bash, it's really quick. And if you want a heal like as fast as possible, and you know that it will use it, then going into auto fight for a round is the fastest way to heal yourself, because this game has the rolling HP. All right, nice. You got through. All right, so that's 3 sanctuaries down and access to 4. You just need to find Meteorite and Paula, and kind of hopefully find another sanctuary so you don't have to do Gygas. I have not seen any pendants this seed.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, disagree, but it's okay.
Oh, that.
Just with the game. Just with
Yeah. It looked like a real one to me.
just overkill these, yeah.
The swirl logic is based on like your center pixel, which is like in between Ness's feet, angle to the enemy's center pixel, which is like between their feet. It's actually also the character that they touched, not Ness, which allows you to do some really silly things. In Scramble, you're always moving at skip sandwich speed unless you like let go of the run button and or press the walk button, depending on how you configured it. And that allows you to... Enemies always chase Ness, even if you have like a tail. So you can have an enemy chasing Ness and have... use the teleport to get past there. I just always go like as far to the side as possible. Did you do... Oh, you did do coffee.
Yeah, I got me foresight. I mean,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to look yet. I'm gonna check this guy, though. He usually has some good stuff.
Bean nuggets, coin slumber, and a pair of dirty socks. Oh, he dropped his dirty socks.
Giving me dirty laundry.
Right, so because the enemies chase Ness, and you're going so fast, you can have Ness lure them while your second kid gets them from behind and get some really janky looking green swirls. And thanks to Scramble strats, that has now leaked its way into the vanilla run too, which I think is great.
Nice.
Couple life noodles. Going to slumber. Guts capsule. Yeah, the tiny presents have capsules. It makes sense. Nice. Oh, you're gonna... Oh, I kind of forgot that this exists. That's really funny. So, Fitz cannot do this check. You need the meteorite piece for it. But, once you do this, you actually get a hint. Mole's... Oh, hey. Okay.
Hey guys, what are you doing? What are you doing down there, Moles?
What are you doing, Moles?
Alright, we're gonna go to foresight.
Yeah, there's probably not a good item in the trash. I think the best item that could be is a chicken.
We love early chickens for cash money, but...
Yeah. The chickens do not show up in the trash until well after that is a thing. So So remaining things to find are Mole Cave for the meteorite piece, this sanctuary for an item and a sanctuary, and it still does not have Paula. So something has to be where Paula is, and I think the remaining options that are most likely are the item in here is the yogurt dispenser, which would let you go up to Montoli building, or the teleport from, so you get a teleport check inside of the Cave of the Past. That one could be the Lam, which also has a kid in it. There are more convoluted options, of course.
Always.
Oh, usually. The more convoluted option in this case would be like, one of them is teleport to Deep Darkness and the other one's Hawkeye.
This little sneaker. I couldn't see him until it was too late.
That's a dirty trick from a filthy attack badge.
So this is probably 3, because I guess logically I got access to 4 side. Oh, we got, okay.
I think you got, this should be logical access after Milky Well. I don't know, it just depends on what order the logic went to, because you got them both at the same time. But if the logic skipped, I guess it would be who knows. I think the logic went and did something else before this too, because you're still kind of breezing through these enemies.
Just gonna sneak in with one little donation real quick.
Yeah,
Because
go
I
for it.
donated to close out the random enemy AI for Visanadu. Because randomizers deserve more random.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Agree.
Is the random enemy is random enemy AI in that the same as Final Fantasy Rando, or it's like changing?
I have no idea.
Wonderful.
But you know what? I'm gonna throw money at more random. That's just what's gonna happen.
That makes sense.
Okay.
We haven't played Scramble with Attack Shuffle in a really long time. Maybe we could do that for next week's weekly. Shield killer did not work. Is that because there's no shield, or because you got unlucky?
There we go.
It was
No.
because you got unlucky. Yeah. Did he immediately use another shield? Yeah, nice. Good catch seeing it, honestly.
Fire doesn't work on robots. Sorry, Nappy.
Didn't know that.
Full sand? Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Yes, I had Stellar Drizzle beta. Yeah, this enemy normally uses Starstorm, and there's just not enough weaker. Like, Starstorm's very strong, and it's the weakest version of Starstorm. So to make enemies scale down reasonably, PK Scramble just has lots and lots of weaker versions of things. So the Starstorm goes to. So Starstorm Alpha is normally the weak one, but it goes on to Epsilon, and then Iota, and then Stellar Drizzle Beta, and then Stellar Drizzle Alpha is the weakest version of Starstorm available. All right, absorb the power of the land in your heart. That means that you can. Oh, you found a shyness book. Is that relevant? Yeah, so there's weaker versions of attacks and to allow you to get out. And if you have more done, oh wait, you're going to Mole Cave. Never mind. I was gonna say you need more exit mice.
Well, like, yeah, I have to go there, I guess, and like, what else is? Because that's the meteorite piece. Then,
There is
Moonside's got to give
there's
me
Moonside. Yeah.
something.
There's also a department store if you just really don't want to do any of these things.
I mean, I'm already here, so I can do Moonside, I guess.
Moonside's quick. If you remember how to do it, it's quick.
If I remember where it is, it's faster too.
It's up.
It's not. Whoa, that way.
Sign.
What's this Ohio sign chasing me around for?
Yeah. What did we do to Ohio to deserve this?
Have some bean nuggets, my guy.
I'm so jealous
Yeah.
of this guy. I'm gonna go for bean nuggets after this. Fun fact, if you do the typical "do you want to hear this again" NPC thing with Everdred too many times, he'll say, "I'm not that nice of a guy." And then just leave you there without your hint.
Well, checks out.
Checks out. Alright, so welcome in inside. Hey, you got past the fire. That's always good.
It's a good start.
So Moonside's actually a really quick check. I think people misestimate how long it is just because you remember being stuck here for like 3 hours as a kid. But you talk to that guy, you teleport or just walk to the hotel up here. You talk to this guy, and then you go back and talk to the first guy. That's no biggie. Well, you have to do all this, but you get items during this part.
Okay. It's not the pendant I'm looking for, but
That's not a good pendant. It is deeper in logic than
repel.
Yeah. Repels are always good. Fitz there was talking to the wall there to do a little skip that gets a bunch of dialogue skipped over.
Wrong. I'm in Moonside.
Oh, wrong one.
The Funkadelic spray. What is that?
You got some Funkadelic spray. You want to still do the skip again?
Makes one enemy feel strange. Down.
Yes.
I meant to
Funkadelic
talk
spray.
to this guy and see what he was.
Dry brain fruit. Sliders.
Some expensive water, but I think it healed more than.
Oh,
the
most
usual
likely.
bottle.
Yeah,
like,
they can be whatever, right?
40.
40
Okay.
PP.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But only if you're some sort of monk.
Now we just gotta go talk to this guy. The thing when I was learning Scramble again was I was forgetting. Dang it! I was forgetting to talk to the guy the first time in order to get the warp chain to activate, and so there can be a lot of that's. I had another iteration of wandering around trying to remember how to do it.
I've seen people skip exactly that step a bunch of times. So. Man, Frankenstein looks easy so far.
Whoa, okay. Didn't need to do that, but...
That curse might just be extra health.
There was like a little lag there, and I was like, oh no, it's the sparkling flat, like the two-phase boss curse.
Oh. We haven't seen that yet. That'll be fun.
That's my personal favorite.
Yeah, me too.
It always catches me unprepared.
Yeah. Alright, so this monkey.
UFO engine.
UFO engine. I mean, you could chase that down. That'll be a teleport.
Yeah, that would take me to Summers, and like my equipment is kind of. I'm gonna follow that for a little bit. Why not? Go on a UFO ride.
Go on a UFO ride. I mean, if you have bad equipment, you also could do department store. I know nobody ever does, but it's department store.
Yeah, that's true. And therefore, I think it's I always just forget about it, or
yeah,
also
I think
have memories of vanilla Earthbound and it being a nightmare place.
Fair enough. I think Mick McGurk is like the only top runner who ever goes there. It is good. There's items. Sometimes it's useful to get good items.
I think anytime that Shop Sanity is on,
that's a good point.
or Shop Shuffle, I'm more tempted to go to the weirder places.
Right, so we have another little quick cutscene. Hopefully we'll get a butterfly up here. It's always funny to see a butterfly up here.
Yeah, are we gonna crash into anything on the beach?
Hopefully not a poor helpless mole.
The poor mole. He's just working beach traffic control and trying to guide us in. And
You'd hope that a traffic controller would know not to run towards where the thing is landing. Alright, it doesn't look like you're getting the mole. Oh, I spoke too soon.
It looks like he's scared of us staying
Right.
away.
Good idea, mole. So a lot of the time that mole will just run right into the explosion.
That makes him a cool guy, right? Because cool guys, I
Run
don't know,
towards
they
or
look
stick-
away from you.
Right, you either run towards or look away from, but don't do both at once. Big league bat. That's the bat from the meme.
I don't think we need 2 of those. So we need
I don't think you need
lowest.
the hard hat either.
Gonna get the big league. Yes.
You got that big league bat.
We'll get Jeff a combat yo-yo. Much better. Gold bracelet is not really.
Yeah,
That would be good for rocketing, but
nobody has
that's
good
better than
rockets.
nothing, I guess. Like speed
Well,
is good.
Ness has rocket.
Get it one for both. I still got 12K in my pocket. That's a lot for a child to be kicking around with.
Yeah, that
Especially
shop.
in 1990s money, right? Like that's nearly $1 million in
Jeez.
2024.
I mean, the food prices in this game are kind of like 2024 food prices.
That's fair. We're gonna do this the cool way, yeah. Because I don't think the dock shop is gonna have. Well, it could have OK pendants though. To be honest.
Oh yeah, you're past the scaling of OK pendants. They could have been in a variety of places.
Knights are not
Knight
gonna
pendant.
work either, though.
Yeah, Knight's better than what you have, but not really what you want.
Yeah.
So Fitz is looking for pendants in preparation for a Gygas fight. Gygas has some really strong attacks, and it says you cannot comprehend the nature of Gygas' attacks. But we have access to the game's code, and we actually do comprehend it. So Gygas' attacks are a Thunder Beta, a Flash Gamma, and a PSI Freeze Alpha that hits everyone. So that one's the one that usually surprises people. They think it's a fire or something. And in Scramble, of course, those will be scaled down. Gygas is an enemy, like any other. It'll be scaled to wherever in the logic it is, however long it took the logic to find Gygas. But the freeze, in particular, is still pretty nasty. So Fitz is looking for a pendant with any freeze protection at all to make that a lot safer.
These signs are aggressively wanting to fight.
They really are. Ohio. So we get Magic Cake. Generate food's on, so the shop she turns into might have something good.
It's a good call. Okay.
Oh, hey, that is the logic you were hoping for. PSI Caramel. Okay. Well, we don't know how much they heal,
Take
but
one.
it's probably a low tier PSI heal. Alright, so this is Delam, which is probably Paula, but it could be something else. You have checks you can dig for if you really don't want to do Gygas, but the fast route's probably Gygas at this point.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, I could go see what Flame Dog's doing.
Yeah, exactly that.
Is that
It's
better
not-
than Big League?
No, it's not. Hot escargot.
Okay. We need to give her this. We'll give her a flame pendant. Why not?
That Franklin badge.
She's gonna get that. I don't really care about her weapon. pretty lean on my shopping.
Yeah, you really have been.
Trying-
It's common enough.
Okay. Oh, we gotta get rid of it. Get out of there. No teddy bears on the road,
Okay.
please.
Don't want that giant tail. You also have a meditation sequence if you want another check. But
Oh, yeah. We'll come back. I want to see
I
what...
think
We're gonna go
think
mess
dog-
with Flame Dog
yeah.
and see what happens.
I think dog is more likely to. Well,
That'll unlock
That's-
that shop there too. So
oh, it's a good
there
shot.
might be some real goodies in there.
The teleport could be Lost Underworld, which would also be 5th Sync.
Hmm.
Alright, so this is Carbon Dog. Doggo. Some like
Wow.
dog.
Okay.
I thought I was expecting her to have oh wait, no, Starstorm was
Maybe
in
she
the
does
bottom.
need a weapon. We got no
Uh,
freeze. This is
No freeze. Where is freeze? Oh, it's gotta be Starstorm.
Oh yeah, it could be. Ow.
Wow.
This might be bad.
Might be
Well,
bad.
Paula, you're not gonna really do anything. Can I do this with what I have? I'm gonna try still.
Yeah, I think.
I gotta get ready for Diamond Dog though. Okay.
You don't know how much HP there is, so it's hard to
That's
tell.
okay. Let's spray the funk.
I want to save the funk for Diamond Dog. Oop. This looks like it's gonna be dicey. So Diamond Dog has twice as much health as Carbon Dog. So be ready for this too. Okay, so you're probably in for like if you survive like 6 turns, then it should be doable. If I counted that right, which I might not have.
Shield is down. You heal. Link.
It's rare for
Crying's
Paula not to have
fine.
good offense.
That's
Thinking about it.
very, very odd, I feel like. We're gonna use this caramel.
PSI HP suck. Well, that's better than a normal PSI caramel.
But not bad.
Not by a huge amount.
Oh, flash again. Tingle, no. You're 1 damage.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, water time.
Don't forget to water the poo. He's a plant.
Okay.
Hey, you got it. Shame Paula didn't get the experience from that, but otherwise that went pretty well.
Give us the goods. What do you got?
Yeah, something good.
Tiny Ruby.
Tiny Ruby. That's just delaying turning that into a real check.
Yeah, it's always good. Okay.
Ooh, PK emitter plus. And
Let me
OK
try
pendants.
this. Everyone's got room for stuff. Buy
Yeah.
you this.
Yeah, so this is rockin' as a heavy bazooka. So it should be rocking gamma, I think. So just being able to spam that constantly is pretty good.
I don't think Paula has a bracelet at all.
Oh no, she doesn't.
That'd be
But
nice.
Gygus doesn't have any physicals, so it's not that important.
Oh, I didn't look at those. See if there's any good food here.
Food would be the next guy over.
Bread man.
The blue bread.
Plain roll.
Right, it's probably actually really good.
It's pretty good.
Plain roll is very near the top of the list of food qualities, actually.
Well, why not? We'll go see this. This guy.
Yeah, this guy is like, no, you have to go back and buy a plain roll.
No.
No.
I don't wanna.
Yeah, plain roll is an item in vanilla. It says generate food, so it could be, all sorts of things. But in vanilla, you can only get that from the Tenda Horn of Life shop and have to trade a Horn of Life for it. It is actually a really strong HP up, but it's not worth a Horn of Life. It's odd how cheap the museums are in this. I've never seen like a $3 per person museum. They're always either free or like $50 a person. Pack of bubblegum. That's useless.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna go do the mole cave at this point.
I think that sounds reasonable. Of course, you should heal first, but yeah, sounds reasonable.
Probably.
Probably. I mean, you want levels on Paula.
I do. We're close to a hospital too.
Yeah, or you can also just go to Saturn Valley and do it.
All right.
Alright, so Mole Cave and then Gygus is just path to the end, go mode, and you have Franklin Badge and okay,
Yeah, I'm feeling
so
as good as I can about a cursed Gygus
just
fight.
Gygus. Yeah. You'll have to stock up on revive items, but that's later.
Yeah, I will probably check out that extra shop that opens up
Yeah.
in Saturn Valley and
Yeah,
get like as many as I can hold.
yeah. You need some extras. There's only one curse, so shouldn't be that bad. I would also recommend just taking the heal next to Mole Cave.
Yeah, I did think about that, but since I had to revive a couple of people, I think I guess Link is my main. Or Ness is my main. They got bombs. Everyone else has got weird fire and thunder.
Everyone else is just fire. Well, hopefully there's something that's weak to
Well, now
fire in
Jeff
here.
can, use his
Oh.
device.
Yeah, forever. That's what it used to
Spam.
be.
Confirming. Nice. Okay.
I didn't see what he described the enemies as. So this is one of the flags that's enabled by default in race settings is Abridged Dungeons. So if you've memorized Mole Cave, then wow, and also this will be slightly different. Mole Cave is all the branches have been shortened, and the right-hand half has just been kind of removed, with there being one more mole in a tunnel in one of the places where there's moles in a tunnel. It's pretty easy to figure out once you've done it. There's only like one kind of tweak to the standard layout besides just everything being shorter. It makes Mole Cave a lot nicer. Thanks.
Yeah, I do like those abridged dungeons. That's a nice.
Yeah.
A
Abridged
nice
Stonehenge
option.
is... I think Abridged Mole Cave turned out really nice. It's a good design for a dungeon. And Abridged Stonehenge is kind of silly, but at least it's quick. Someday, I'll also abridge Monkey Cave. I have a good idea for it now. Alright, and a long time ago, someone was asking who's the third strongest mole, but there is no third strongest mole. Instead, we'll be arguing about the third strongest tent.
Wait, let me check my timer. It's a pretty good bogey percent time. Not high level.
Yeah, it is like a really good normal person bogey percent. And then the people who are winning that tournament is like, how do you do that? I think my boogie percent is like an hour 30. I'm not good at this. Alright, tent done.
4 to go.
Offense shower. That's
like
much better than
particularly.
defense shower.
Yeah, that is fair. Fire. Emit. Tent's pretty flammable.
Certainly not freezable.
I want to use the emitter and to keep fly hunting poor Jeff, and he doesn't get to use his big magic.
Oh, they won't always. So the enemies for race settings have unshuffled attack scripts. So they'll always, or bosses specifically, not regular enemies. And that's just for fairness with races. But one of the side effects of that is here, where there's 5 of the same boss, they will all open with the same attack. So it's going to be that fly honey every time. But the deshuffle does not include deshuffle targeting Jeff. You shouldn't have pressed up there, by the way. You already got a green swirl if you held down.
Can always be. I think that's another just experience over time thing. Is
Yeah.
those sort of like instincts.
Yeah, that was the jank green swirl I was trying to explain earlier. The enemy actually ran into Paula. So it was Paula who would be the one determining the swirl.
Fire. You're not gonna do anything. We did get the Sword of Kings.
Very cool.
Oh, I use it on Dampy this or in who this time. Yay! We
Yeah,
gotta see
yeah, you got to see the animation. The Sword of Kings is plus 30 offense, which is the same as what is the baseball bat that you get in Forside? It's like a mid-level nest weapon.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you get a lot of PP there.
No.
You get a lot of arachnids up there. A can of spinach.
Yeah, just throw that on the ground. Leave cave
tasty.
spinach.
Cave spinach. I would try cave spinach.
We might have to take this fight because it's gonna. Ooh, I don't like 2. I'd rather have a horde up. There we go. Maybe? Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna take 1. I don't know if I take 2.
I think you just take 1.
Because I'm not. Yeah, I don't have any plans of. Well, you don't have to make me feel bad about it. Jeez, like.
It does. It's contractually obligated. That's actually what I pay the mouse for, is to make people feel bad. Ducks.
Never can trust the duck.
Ducks. Oh, the ducks are running away. This is the 4th boogie tent.
Now we could probably just do some hitting. And bombs.
Bombs.
Now this is gonna mean that.
Ooh, pear jerky.
Okay.
One of Mr. Saturn's favorite foods. I think it would be one of mine too. That sounds good.
There you go.
I'm learning from Generate Food today is that I'm hungry. I'm gonna go find a place that'll sell me cave spinach and bean nuggets.
Bean nuggets, banana yogurt.
Man, I can get spinach
Pear
and bean
jerky.
nuggets. I don't know about the rest of those. Double beam. That's pretty good.
I still haven't learned. Oh yeah, okay. I haven't learned on my beam tiers.
Oh no, nobody remembers the beams and the the relative beam or anything really versus yo-yo is just like what is going on here.
Get ready for the power of 2 beams.
Nice.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, was that
That's
Shield
really
Sigma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of like, what do you mean I need to get levels with Paula? And then I realized I was like, well, it's because I need to get Psy Shield to keep me alive in phase 1 of
Well, also you need levels for Paula, so she has more HP and doesn't just.
Also for her to live as well,
yeah.
indeed.
You should double check that Paula has PSI shield and not regular shield, though.
Good call.
Fitz there is using this teleport to skip over a Photo Man trigger. Most of them are removed. That one has managed to stick around.
Oh.
So you never use this menu. Oh, that's a PSI one. Okay.
It's really usually only in the side shuffle that I'm like popping in there every now and then. Take a quick nap.
Quick sunstroke.
Probably get sunstroke again. Oh, we got doubles.
Well, yeah, you didn't heal it before going to your nap.
That's fine.
You should probably heal it, but just be out.
You can use the machine on the other end of.
Oh, that's a good point.
The cave. I've tried. We'll just do it right now, so I don't forget. Be healed. You were in the sun for 0.5 seconds, but
it's a desert.
Here, good sir, take my.
Oh, you forgot to talk to the guy.
Take my no.
Sorry, I didn't notice it either. That's a classic. You have to talk to the mine leader.
I was so excited about skipping the photo that.
You also skipped the item.
We gotta walk a little bit.
We're gonna walk in.
Say hello to the Poncho Bros.
Oh yeah, Sanchez's. You should see if you can get anything off of them. I forgot how long this animation is. Hey! Oh, that's 1 in 64.
Bean nuggets!
Wait, was it really bean nuggets?
Yes.
Oh, that's...
And sunstroke is my reward.
And sunstroke. Wonderful. If you enjoy the Sanchez Brothers, you can go onto the website and let them pick what your flags are going to be for the seed. Each of them has a different taste in flags.
No sunstroke.
Right, no sunstroke. Yes, item.
We have the things. We're gonna throw our bean nuggets on the ground.
You're throwing them to me.
And then go buy a couple of horns of life, hopefully.
Yeah, very good call. So there's 3 shops in this shop, and one of them appears after you get all of your sanctuaries. And that one is guaranteed to have a revive item, and it's also just generally going to be pretty good end-game gear. Sometimes it's too good of end-game gear, because it turns out that the OK pendant, the pendant that has the ice resistant you want, is lower tier than the flame pendant, which this Mr. Saturn has. And it would be nice to have an OK pendant instead, but no, these items are too good for the one that we actually want. But not good enough for the rain pendant, which would be, a really good one for these flags.
Okay.
Yeah, good number of those.
Spread it around. A couple for Nets.
Alright, so we are almost to Gygus. Face is just going to be doing a couple of cutscenes. Unless there's a teleport in here, maybe that will just completely derail your plans. I should not give this spiel until you see what this is. Oh.
No, we're not.
That is a fit sank.
It is.
It's definitely slow.
Too. I don't know. Yeah. Let me look at the clock. We're gonna try it.
Let's try Gygus.
Yeah, we're gonna give it. We're gonna give it.
Alright, then I will give my spiel. So this is you do have a repel as well. It's very important for this. There's a cave of the past. After this cutscene, oh, also flashing white warning, like for this entire game, but especially right now. The That's what I was about to say. Right, at the end of the Cave of the Past, we will be facing Gygas and Gygas' assistant, who is normally heavily armed Pokey. But bosses are shuffled, so it could be anyone. So anyone in chat, please guess who Gygas' assistant is going to be this seed. It could be any boss in the game except Gygas, Ness's Nightmare, or a boss that we've seen already. Any boss in this game.
Always remember to call your dad
Alright, good place to save.
through time. And
I
also
do
remember
not
to
think
eat
we've seen Ant.
your sandwich.
And I'm going to go ahead and guess Frank. We got another vote for Frank in the chat. And Ant.
I am going to guess. I want to see.
Oh, another
I know I
bad.
don't want to. There's a lot I don't want to see, but
Another mole. Captain Strong.
I'll take a mole number 3.
Kraken.
That'd be cool.
So it can be almost any boss in the game. Bosses are only in one spot, so not those ones. And then there's 2 bosses that are banned from this slot because it's just too mean. One of which we've already seen, which is Carbon Dog, and the other one is Ness's Nightmare. Just really cannot have Ness's Nightmare in this slot. That really, really stinks when that happens.
All right, my guy.
All right, here we go.
Let's go.
We are at the end of the game if Fitz can beat this fight. It's about a 10-minute fight if things go smoothly. It's about a 10-minute time loss if it goes badly as possible. You got your wish!
Yay!
Actually, yeah. So I would actually prefer Rando over this one, but this is still pretty good.
That's gonna do splash damage.
The bomb is fine.
Oh, because they're in different. Yeah.
They're different
Okay.
rows.
Let's get this up. Let's not do that. Let's shoot. No. Let's. Maybe that's fine. You
Didn't even see what it was.
life up, just in case.
Safety strats. Alright, so shield went off without a hitch, so this should be relatively straightforward.
I don't have a
Mondo
single
Mole's not-
target damage, so it's kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, you can use fire, but
Just take it easy.
normally Gygas uses PSI Rockin', and it does here too, but because Rockin' is actually bomb, Gygas is only hitting 3 people per attack as well, which will make those shields last a little bit longer.
Okay, I got a shield back up though.
Right, and that's phase 1 of Gygas. Phase 2 is kind of a damage race, so Gygas just has some really strong attacks, and there's no real good way to defend against them. But not that much HP, so you just need to blast this one down. Ooh, kind of a cool color.
Hiya,
Hiya.
Dragonite.
Ooh, I didn't even know she picked that up. PK emitter.
TK. Booze or healer?
Do you have brain shock on anyone?
Oh, I didn't check. Probably, maybe.
Could be anyone except Jeff.
We're gonna keep bombs. Just in case. Yeah,
No
none
brain
of the
shock. Yeah, brain shock's a really nice safety. Gygas is very weak to it, but it's not the end of the world not to have it.
Meteor magnets.
That's interesting. So yeah, cursed enemies applies to Gygus as well. Gygus normally has a turn waster in the attack pool, so it looks like using a meteor magnet is
No, of
That's-
course you hit Zelda.
okay. We're on to phase 3 of Gygus. This will redo the cursing, so it could be something else this time. To beat phase 3 of Gygus, all you have to do is pray once, so not that big of a deal. Poisoned. Gygus attacked. Oh, what's that dog doing?
Wow. Okay.
Oof. Alright, well, you brought Horns of Life for a reason. So this is phase 4 of Gygus. Yes, that is where the phases switch in the game's code. So the curses will change one more time. And this phase has a lot of very special options for curses. We might see one of those. Oof. Pretty rough. Frank. Prayed for Link and his
Thanks,
friends.
Frank. Wherever you are.
Yeah, we never saw him. Right, Belch prayed for Link and his demise. I mean, friends. You also notice that Pooh is now asleep. One of Gygus' attacks is Flash, and due to being a Force Tank, it gets scaled down to Flash Beta. And one of the flags in the Rando is Safe Flash Beta, which replaces the 1 in 8 chance of Flash Beta just killing you outright with some other status effect. And that just happened. That flag just saved Pooh from being destroyed.
I mean, they're about to go down right now.
Yeah, well,
Link is numb.
that's really bad. You probably should Horn of Life someone with Zelda instead of continuing to pray.
Nope. We're just gonna have to.
All right, good luck. Yeah, because there's no way to use the revive items. Oh, Link and his friends. Prayed for Link and his friends. There's no way to use the revive item in Link's inventory now because he is paralyzed. Beachgoers prayed for Link and his square friends. Sorry, I cut you off.
Square. That's not. Hey.
Hey, you didn't. Hey, you didn't get any Gygus curses. I'm
Interesting.
kind of disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah, that was making me nervous, big time,
Yeah.
coming into this.
So there's a pretty high chance that during one of the prayers, the assistant will show back up and do something mean. We did not get it this round, but that does mean that we'll be done in just a couple minutes. So well played, Fitz. That went pretty smoothly.
There we go. That's my last input.
And
Stop the
then
timer when the U1 pops up after.
yeah, and then also the flashing light warning, which applies to this whole game, is about to get worse again. So watch out for that if you're like on the border. And we'll be done. Well played.
Only the power of double flame dogs can overcome Gygus.
Flame dogs. There's only one flame dog this seed. Alright, yeah, so that's time will be after this little cutscene. No, you still need to press the button.
Forgot I have one more. I had one more input.
You had one more input, yeah.
Tell the assistant to get out of here. I'm not running. You're running away.
Yeah. Really spikes. Surprisingly, this is not mode 7. The game actually does not use mode 7 anymore. This is HDMA nonsense, if you'd like a technical term.
I love that.
It is fiddling. It's the way most of Earthbound's background and stuff works. Is it's fiddling with the horizontal scroll every line that it renders. GG, well played.
GG.
You won.
Yeah, that was a fun time. It wasn't the most straightforward path there, and I probably could have just went to Mole Cave as soon as I knew the piece was there, but
The
uh,
side stuff that you did actually just led to Paula, so it's still
yeah.
required.
And yeah, we got to see a pretty decent variety of the curses. Like I will plug, there is like such flag diversity in PK Scramble that like it's pretty possible to build whatever experience we want in terms of if we still want like really scary end game Gygus fight, we can do the 8 sanctuary route and whew, but
Yeah.
like I think we had the most recent one was like a 2 sanctuary, like a real fast.
Yeah, this is low as the website will let you go. The logic has a lot of trouble going any lower than that, and so that's the minimum.
And just like, I think that the additions and tweaks and whatnot really still capture like the vibes and like the tone of the game overall. And then, there's always nifty stuff. Like I think the newest sort of novel one for me still is like the skill tree flag, where
That's
every
the
so
newest
many
flag.
levels you get like either stat boosts to pick from or like enemy abilities to acquire. It does pair well with kind of curses as like a little bit of a counterbalance for like a higher curse level, because it does tend to make our party more powerful having those extra abilities. But yeah, there's just a lot of fun ways to play, and I found the community to be very welcoming and helpful and learning, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun, and I'm glad we could show it off for a good cause.
Yeah, thanks for having us, everyone. If you're interested in PK Scramble, they're the third friendliest community on the internet, so come say hi. And we'll be having a tournament at the start of the year, so hop by the Earthbound Speedruns Discord if you'd like to get involved in that. And donate to the Burn Children's Center. It's good stuff.
Thank you both for the very entertaining here. We're going to get set up for Fizanadu Randomizer. That is coming up in... Oh, as soon as we get it set up. We'll see.
Good luck setup, people. I know how it is.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely check out PK Scramble if you're of that mindset. It is a very fun and silly game.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Just another quick shout out to our nonprofit partner, the Burn Children's Fund, which is all about getting some children that have burn injuries, the opportunity to be kids, the opportunity to heal and to live a full life, right? So the Burn Children's Fund, run by the South Carolina firefighters, is something that has been going on for many years, but we've been partnering with them this is our 3rd year. A big event is Camp Can Do, where they have a summer camp specifically for these burn injured children. And the camp's name references one of the biggest fundraisers for it, which is a can recycling drop-off. We have raised 13,000 and change over the course of our 3 years doing this fundraiser. 3,439 so far this weekend, which is fantastic. And thank you to everybody who has donated. Thank you in advance to anybody who's thinking of donating. 100% of the money that we raise here is going to the kids. This is an organization that is completely volunteer led, and they do not have administrative costs that go out of the money that they receive. So you just know that every dollar you're putting in is helping another kid go to camp or provide additional care. With that, I'm going to take a quick pause here while we let our setup get rolling. And, look forward to our Fizanadu race in just a few minutes.